Hi, I'm Lexi Sulios. I'm a holistic therapist who helps women clear deep-rooted patterns from the past so that they can finally have what they want in their life, whether that is a fully aligned, loving, healthy relationship or a lasting sense of inner peace. Last week, I shared a video to help you understand what areas you need to do personal work in when you're stuck in a frustrating life pattern and are serious about getting out. So to recap those, there are 5 main areas. The first is your conscious mind. The second is your nervous system and unconscious. The third is the collective field of your immediate family and ancestry. The fourth is possible past lives. And the fifth is your current capacity and level of practical skills. So if you've been doing tons of personal work over the years but aren't seeing the progress that you want, then consider investing some time and resources and attention into a different one of these areas than what you're used to. As promised in my last video, I'm going to dive a bit deeper on each of the 5 areas, and today I'll talk about the first 2. I just want to quickly say hi. It looks like, hi Joanna, hi Maya. Yeah, so I want to talk about the first 2 of those today. We'll just dive in a little bit deeper to those. So let's start with the conscious mind. I'm going to spend the least amount of time on this one because most of us have done a ton of work in this realm already. So our conscious mind consists of everything in our awareness, right? It's what we can remember. It encompasses what we can reflect upon, what we can talk about, that kind of thing. And if the challenges that we're having in our lives are rooted in our conscious mind, then we can work through those issues by talking things out with a therapist or a trusted friend, writing in our journal, doing Byron Katie's The Work Inquiry Process, and so on. And if the problem originates in a deeper realm of our being, though, we won't be able to access the root cause simply by talking or writing about the issue. And we'll just feel really stuck. Like no amount of mental processing can help us make further progress if the problem is not in our conscious mind. And what can happen for a lot of us when we're only working in that realm is that we start talking in loops about our patterns, and we really become hyper aware of what our patterns are, but then it gets extra frustrating because we never actually get past them. So if that's happening for you, then the problem's not originating in your conscious mind, and you need to look to one of the other 4 areas that I described. So the second one that I want to spend some time with today, and I'm going to spend a little bit longer with that one today, is our nervous system and unconscious mind. So this is the second area where the root cause of our challenges can lie, our nervous system and our unconscious mind. So this is a really deep space, right? We think of this realm as, or we can think of this realm as everything under the surface. In a lot of ways, what's happening here draws on our most authentic self. There's so much beauty here, there's so much wisdom and intelligence, and there's also a lot of power. And if what our conscious mind wants doesn't match up with what is happening in this deeper realm of our unconscious or our nervous system, guess what's going to win? It's going to be this deeper realm. So we can't rationalize or positive think our way to feeling better or having a different experience when this part is activated. So let's just talk about like some examples of when the conscious mind is activated. So let's say like you have a colleague who says something kind of jerky to you, and you know they've got issues and that their comment has really nothing to do with you. You tell yourself to let it go, you know better, but you still stew on it, and you're in your mind fighting with them, and you just feel triggered and angry the whole rest of the day. So another example of a challenge being rooted in a deeper part of yourself, like your unconscious or your nervous system, is let's say someone in your life tells you that they love you and you can't take it in. Like rationally, you know that they really do. You know they wouldn't say it if it weren't true, but it's almost like you don't have the receptors for it. And no matter how much you tell yourself that this person loves you, you just can't make yourself actually feel it. So a final example could be, let's say you're about to sign papers on your new home. And at the last moment, the deal falls through, and it seems like this kind of thing happens every time you get excited about something new that you're creating in your life. You know, you're like about to sign the papers, or things are about to come to fruition, and then boom, it all falls through. And you don't want to be in a victim mindset, and you're trying to tell yourself that, you know, this just wasn't for you and something better is coming, but deep down you feel super bummed, and there's a familiar sense of disappointment that just like settles in. There's kind of this darkness, like the world doesn't have good things for you, and you just kind of get stuck in that. So those kinds of powerful feelings that no matter how much you tell yourself that you want to feel different or that things should be different in your life, you're not able to change them. There's just this really powerful thing happening underneath the surface. And so in situations like that, here is what is going on. Deep under the surface, in our unconscious and our nervous system, underneath our everyday awareness, there are programs running that are the direct result of experiences that we've had in the past. This is happening for all of us all of the time. And when those experiences were stressful and we weren't able to respond in the way that we naturally wanted to when that happened, and we didn't have a loving, present adult to help us kind of work through what was going on, well, the stress and intensity of those events got trapped in our nervous system, and likely our unconscious mind developed certain rules about who we are and what we need to know about the world around us in order to stay safe and to be able to function in it. So these stresses and these unconscious rules are still there today. And that's because our nervous system and our unconscious are always living in the present moment of now. So whatever happened back then is still very much a vibrant, living, breathing reality to these deeper parts of ourselves. And even though it's true that we may be safe or respected or loved right now, a deep part of us may be meeting our reality now from a very different reality that existed back when things were scary. So in order to access these deep parts and bring the beliefs and feelings to light so that things can actually shift, we are going to want to do very little talking. You know, it's really different from how we work with the conscious mind. When we're working with the unconscious or nervous system, we do very little talking and a whole lot of listening. We also create a container of safety and non-judgment and curiosity and total presence and love. And then we can, from that space of deep listening, we can learn what's really alive in those deeper parts of our being. And we can help these parts to get what they need and to let go of the stress from the past and move into a happier present reality. I just want to say hi to some more people quickly before continuing. So hi, Clee. It's good to see you. Thanks for saying hi. Okay, so the best tools to use for working with our nervous system and our unconscious, in my experience, are Hakomi therapy. That's the one that I do and that I use the most. I've also seen people have really good results with somatic experiencing. There's also a type of work called emotional connection work by a man named Raphael Kushner, and I believe he's still doing this work. He has a book called, I think it's like The One Thing Keeping You Stuck or something like that, but it talks about this work, and I'll link to it in the notes here. And sometimes emotional freedom techniques, so the tapping, that can help get to these deeper levels, but it really depends the practitioner that you work with. Some people just kind of keep it super surface level, and other people go deeper. So you're gonna really want a practitioner who can take you to those deeper places. So it's those: Hakomi therapy, somatic experiencing, emotional connection work, and sometimes emotional freedom technique. And the two things that you want to remember with those is that find out which process works for you. They're each a little bit different, and some of them require a lot of mindfulness and ability to track yourself and just stay really present in your mind, and other ones kind of work differently. So you'll want to find the best mechanism for you. And then also have really high standards about the practitioner that you work with. They have to create a container of emotional safety for you. They need to be intuitive and also really skilled in the method that they're using. So I hope that this video has been helpful for you. In a few days, I'll be diving more deeply into the third and fourth keys of where your challenges may be coming from. Please feel free to leave me comments below this video or to tag friends that you feel would benefit from this video. And if you'd like to check out more of my work, you can come visit me at lexisulios.com. Okay, I will see you later.